What is good, friends? Welcome back. Thank you for being here. Now, I've always known that there are certain things that go down in Japan that don't really go on anywhere else in the world, and it's always been there. I've always known that that's a thing, but I've never looked like down the rabbit hole, to see what those things are. And a video got suggested to me the other day, and it was like, photos that prove Japan is from another planet or something like that. And I was like, oh, what a great idea. Now is the perfect time. Now I'm looking into all this Japanese music, and I'm certain that I've got like a bigger Japanese audience. It's the perfect time for me to look into that rabbit hole. So today we're going to look at 29 things that only exist in Japan. And I don't know what to really expect. Like, all I've really seen is stuff like cube watermelons. Like, what's that all about? Apparently it's easier to stack them and store them and transport them and stuff like that. It's genius. It's a great idea. And before I get going as well, by the way, something's going on outside with construction. It's like I live in a construction site or something the last couple of weeks. So if anything bleeds in and you hear some stuff in the background, I do apologise. But I'll try and get rid of it. But yeah, I want to dive in. I've not really got anything else to say, to be honest. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day and taking care of themselves. I hope your weekend was fantastic. Let's see what Japan's doing. Let's have a look, a little peek in.
Japan is known as the land of the rising sun, but it could also be known as the land of singing toilets or the country of the blue traffic light. There are so many things that make it a whole other world. Get ready to explore. 1.
Okay.
Square watermelons. They were invented back in the 70s by a graphic designer to fit compactly in the fridge and be cut more easily. Japanese farmers grow them in special containers to get the shape. Since they're pretty expensive, people don't buy them as food, but rather as a decorative item. 2. Ramen noodles bath. The Unison Spa Resort in Hakone offers its guests the pretty unique experience of splashing around in a vat of pork soup and ramen noodles. While this may sound crazy to many people, the Japanese believe that soaking in such a bath is good for the skin because a broth made of pork is rich in collagen. 3.
Hold on.
Flavors
wait a minute. That kind of makes sense. It's not so crazy. It turns a person into a food item for a bit, but they might be onto something there. Collagen, they rave about collagen, am I right? It's supposed to be the most amazing thing for your skin and blah blah blah. Makes sense.
Broth made of pork is rich in collagen. 3. Bizarre flavors of Kit Kat. Chili pepper, wasabi,
I heard
sweet
about
potato,
this.
grilled corn, soybean, salt watermelon, mango, green tea, and that's only a short list of the Kit Kat flavors you can try in Japan. Which one would you try?
Watermelon I would try. Green tea I would absolutely try. This one. Strawberry sounds amazing. What's this? It looks vanilla, maybe? A lot of them sound good. That's a cherry one down there, perhaps. What is that? Somebody please tell me what that purple stuff is. Purple's the best colour, by the way. What else was there? There was one that was like, ugh, no way. Sweet potato and corn. I don't know if I want my chocolate to taste like potato. I'm not so sure that I would like that. If you've tried one, let me know. Let me know what potato chocolate tastes like.
Let me know down in the comments. Fake food. Specialists make this kind of food from plastic or wax, and it looks just as delicious as the real one.
It does.
Many restaurants use fake food to display their popular dishes in the windows and attract hungry clients. Usually, these replicas cost much more than the dishes they imitate.
But
5.
you only have to do that once. Like those people that get like I've watched like Kitchen Nightmares and stuff. Gordon Ramsay, big up, and they have like proper food on a plate, and you make the thing, and it lasts X amount of time, and then you've got to make another meal. You do this, and it's there forever. It never goes off. It doesn't ever, you know what I mean? As long as you dust it and make sure it's all good, That's a good idea.
Replicas cost much more than the dishes they imitate.
Work.
5. Rabbit Island. Back in the 40s, scientists brought a number of rabbits to Okonashima Island to do some tests. However, later on, the animals were freed and started to multiply. Now the island is full of them and attracts a lot of tourists. Purakura machines.
What?
Taking photos in a booth is nothing new, but Japan added its own exciting twist to this experience. Their photo booths, called Purakura, allow you to edit photos right on the spot, adding different backgrounds, funny stickers, or writings. Also, you can send the pictures to your cell phone, or perhaps your toilet, if, you have Wi-Fi in there. You might never have to leave. 7.
Wait, hold on. Why is this guy so obsessed with toilets? One of the first things he said was singing toilets. Now he wants to send pictures to his toilet. What's this guy's... He's got a fascination.
Leave. 7. People pushers. Subways and train stations get really overcrowded during rush hour.
Get in there!
That's why the station staff and part-time workers have to perform the routine procedure of pushing people inside trains to fit in as many passengers as possible before the doors close.
I couldn't.
Number 8. Umbrella parking lot. Before going inside a building, you can park and lock your umbrella just like you do with your bike. Now you can be sure no one will take it, and you won't make a puddle on the floor if your umbrella is wet. Many government buildings, offices, and hotels have this sort of umbrella rack.
That's clever.
9. Millions of...
Hold on, can I just say, first of all, I would have a panic attack in one of those trains. You know, if I was, I went to London last time I was there, and I freaked the hell out. Like, we were just going to Leicester Square, and I think we crossed maybe 2 stations, and it was so compact, like, I just freaked out. I had a major panic attack. Like, I couldn't get my breath. I could not do that. I'd walk. I'd be like, okay, I'm walking. It's totally fine. Also, I hear a lot about how, like, honest everyone is in Japan. Like, you see a lot of, like, this person can leave their stuff here because they know it's not going to get stolen kind of thing. I've seen a lot of that. So this one is like, it's contradicting in my head, you know what I mean? But I can understand if it's really, really steroiding it down and you've got no umbrella and there's just an umbrella sitting there. Like, I'm from Britain, you know what I mean? There's a lot more theft in this country, I'm sure, than there is in Japan. So that kind of thing is just, unfortunately, normal.
And hotels have this sort of umbrella rack. 9. Millions of vending machines. Japan has more than 5 million of them, mostly because they save time for people who work late hours,
all kinds of
which
stuff,
is a pretty common thing here. Besides, Japanese vending machines aren't just for snacks and soda. You can buy basically anything, from live lobsters to underwear, in these machines. 10. Tokyo's biggest resident. In 2015, Godzilla was granted citizenship in Tokyo's Shinjuku ward. The authorities presented a special certificate stating his new residency and also made him a job offer. Godzilla became the tourism ambassador.
His little arms.
Later, they even installed a Godzilla head 171 feet above the ground at Toho, the movie studio that made the original movie back in 1954.
You can imagine why. Can you think of all the money that all the Godzilla stuff has brought into the country? How much that must have boosted the economy when it all started kicking up? I can totally get that. They would get behind it. Everywhere does, though. You know, if something explodes in a certain country, they just milk it, don't they, really? And I think, what did he say, 2015? And the first Godzilla movie came out when? Like, way, way long ago? If this was the States, they'd have jumped straight on that, I'm just saying.
11. Train delays make headlines.
True, I heard this.
Is a really big thing here, and train stations do everything possible to avoid a delay. If a train is 5 minutes late, the railway company might have to issue a delay certificate for railway workers and passengers who missed an important appointment. And if the delay is longer than an hour, then the railway company might give an official apology in newspapers.
That's
12.
fair.
Silent karaoke. This is a special microphone with a cone that you place over your mouth. It muffles most of the sounds when you sing. It was designed for people who don't want to wake up their neighbors and those who feel shy about belting their favorite tunes in public. Number 13. Polite slurping. While in many countries, slurping is considered rude, in Japan, it's a way to show your appreciation of the dish. If you don't slurp when you eat noodles, then the chef will think that you don't enjoy the food or that it's cold. Ah, good noodles.
Okay, can I just say, everybody knows what slurping is. He didn't need to play the sound 4 times. You know what I'm saying? Like, one would have been okay for people that didn't know what he meant. Oh, that sound, it just goes right through me. But it's the same as like, when you burp or something after a meal or whatever, it's supposed to be like compliments to the chef, innit? It's like, oh, I enjoyed that, I ate it so fast, I swallowed loads of air with it. So I can understand that one for sure.
14. Face napkins. When you eat a burger, it's never pretty because your mouth gets covered in ketchup or mustard. Owners of one fast food restaurant found a solution to this by serving burgers together with special napkins. They cover the faces of guests who feel a bit embarrassed about looking messy while eating. 15.
Sorry, there was a little skip there. You probably noticed it. I still don't have YouTube Premium. I'm still a broke boy, but I will get there. I'm sorry, I'm cutting all the ads out.
Water-saving sinks. They're located right over the toilet tanks. The idea is simple. First, you wash your hands over the sink, then the sink water goes straight into the toilet tank, and finally, you flush the toilet
and
when
that's the
you've
water
done
that
your
gets
business.
flushed.
So you save water by using it twice. Aren't you glad they don't do it the other way?
Yeah.
Number 16. Strange mayo. No, Japanese mayo doesn't have any special recipe or ingredient. But they don't eat it with salads, meat, or sandwiches. In Japan, people usually use it as a topping for ice cream or on pancakes. A chocolate sundae with mayo.
No.
Nothing better.
I like mayo. I think mayo's quite an elite condiment. But mayo chocolate and mayo on ice cream? On pancakes? It's just egg, I suppose.
17.
Ooh.
Naps at work. In Japanese culture, dozing off at the workplace, or inamuri, is considered a sign of being a hard-working person who's very committed to their job.
Yeah.
That's why inamuri is so common, and no one thinks it's a bad thing.
But what if... Would people not just use that as an excuse to party extra hard the night before and just be like, well, I'm hungover, but it's okay?
People even fake it. 18. World's shortest escalator. You can find it in the basement of Moore's department store, which is located in the city of Kawasaki. The escalator has only 5 steps and is only 33 inches tall. Well, that's one small step for a man. Okay.
Why?
19. Canned food restaurant. Eating canned food may not sound like a delicious treat for you, but there's a whole chain of restaurants all over the country where they serve only canned food. They're pretty popular, since clients can choose from 300 varieties of food from all across the world.
And you would
20.
your like storage and stuff. My microphone's in the way. I'm trying to scroll back. Your storage and stuff would be so much better with canned food. You like your food stores, they would last so much longer than fresh. That's a pretty good idea.
Doll Village. The village of Nagoro used to have a population of 300 people,
and
but
this
less
lady
than 40
made...
residents live there now. A local artist, Tsukumi Ayano, made over 300 life-size dolls, most of which look like former residents, and they're located in various states of action. For example, there's a whole classroom of them in the village school that was closed a while ago. Number 21. No 4s. It's common for Japanese culture to avoid the number 4 because it's considered to be very unlucky. That's why some buildings don't have a 4th floor, stores don't sell a set of cutlery for 4, and the number of guests to some event can't be 4. 22.
What? Why 4? Can somebody tell me why 4? Where did that come from? Also, how hypocritical is that? Why 13? Do you know what I mean? 13 is considered unlucky for, like, us. But why 4? That's crazy. I always thought that was like they don't have a 13th floor, or like this, they don't have a 4th floor. But you do. You really do. Like the only way to really do that would be to build up to that and then have a floor that has nothing. It's just support, just a gap. You know what I mean? Architects, figure it out.
Blue traffic light. They use a blue color instead of green for traffic lights. The reason for that hides in their language. Historically, there was only one word for both colors. When traffic lights first appeared in the country, they were as green as anywhere else. But that green color was still called blue. To make things right, the government decided to use the bluest shade of green possible. Okay?
Let's go.
23. Cleaning classes. Japanese kids learn how to clean in many schools because it's a part of their education. They mop their classrooms and hallways, do dusting, and even clean the bathrooms. Teachers believe it's a great way to raise responsible citizens.
Right. I also believe that. I back that. I absolutely back that. That blue thing was so interesting, by the way. I love to learn about like stuff like that. Really cool. Language is like amazing to me. I like that. That's like cleaning classes and stuff like that. It's a great idea. That is an absolutely great idea. It's like it's a discipline. It's something that it's so basic, but to a lot of people, so much noise outside. But to a lot of people, it's just something that they don't even think about, or someone else will deal with it. You know? No, you deal with it. If there's a mess, clean it up. It takes 2 seconds, and it helps everyone. You know what I mean? That's the thing. That's the thing.
24. Foot bath train. Take the Tsudoi tourist train to get the most comfortable sightseeing experience. This train has foot baths built of aromatic cypress wood and filled with warm spring water that can soothe the pain in your joints. So, you can soak your feet and enjoy beautiful views at the same time while traveling from Nagoya to Yonoyama Onsen. 25. Futuristic toilets. Toilets in Japan are very high-tech.
Yo, this guy must be so excited to talk about this right now. That he has an obsession with toilets.
To use one, a person should know what all those buttons are for. There's a variety of functions, including heating the seat, spraying warm water to clean the user up, and even playing music. All missing is a refrigerator. Wow, who'd ever want to leave their toilet?
Get some Band-Maid on the toilet.
Crazy ice cream flavors. The Japanese love weird food combos. That's why finding an ice cream flavored with horse meat, cactus, charcoal, squid ink, garlic, or chicken wings won't be a problem here.
Garlic.
27.
Don't get me wrong, I love garlic. But garlic ice cream?
Garlic or chicken wings won't be a problem here. 27. Space-saving parking lots. Since Japan is a densely populated country, they don't like to waste space. That's why their parking lots have a smart system. They're designed like multi-level garages.
So clever.
28.
That's clever.
Robot-run hotel. In a hotel in Nagasaki, robots are a big part of its staff. It's called the henna, which translates as strange. The human-like androids meet the guests, clean the rooms, carry luggage, make coffee, and even smile. However, real people work there too to recharge the robots and supervise how they perform their duties. 29. Cafe companion. Sitting alone in a cafe and enjoying your coffee and food is common for most people around the world. But in the land of the rising sun, you'll get a huge, plush Moomin to sit next to you in one of the cafes.
Yes,
so
please.
You don't have to eat alone.
Oh!
Hey, if you learned something new today, then give the video a like and share it with...
You know what? I am going to give the video a like. Oh, click something. I don't know what there you go. If you don't know this page, head over there. Because that was dope. Let me maximize that again. Japan is doing things right, it seems. Like some of the food combinations and some of that ice cream and chocolate like flavors. You know what I mean? But then that's my Western palate. If I've been raised eating sweet potato Kit Kat, I may love sweet potato Kit Kat. And I may still even try it now and think this is the best Kit Kat ever. But still. And I love how it seems there's a running theme that all of this stuff is for the convenience of the people. It's to make their lives easier, and uh, like some of the stuff, like sleeping at work. If I fell asleep at work, I would like probably not be there the next day. But that's like, thank you, you're working so hard. I love that. I really do. And the train thing, I heard about the train thing before, about like, wasn't some company was like 15 seconds late and they were all just so like, I'm so sorry. Those passengers of that train need never come to London. Like, I'm just saying, if a few minutes is what you're used to being like, where's my fucking train, then coming to London, don't do it. Don't do it. And if you do, don't wait for a train. You're going to be there for ages. That was cool. I want to see more of this stuff. If anybody's got any more videos like this, please let me know, because I want to study this kind of stuff. I want to see what goes on in Japan, because I really do want to visit there one day. I honestly do. It's going to be exciting to get out there and experience, because it's such a different culture. It's like, it'll be a complete shock, and I want to be ready for when I go there. I don't want to do anything offensive or annoy anyone. I want to learn about Japan. I want to go visit. It'd be amazing. I really like that. I'm going to do more of these. I am going to do more of these. Let me know if you liked it by hitting that like button. And there's much more of this stuff to come, so if this is up your street, consider a sub, because regardless of what happens, I want to see more of this stuff. But more importantly, make sure you're taking care of yourself and being safe out there. Peace and love, my friends.